to the second part of episode 12 of our Arisen series. You better watch part 1, otherwise part 2 is not going to make any sense, as we change our scene back over to the courtyard. Yizit, you are charmed by the ashen-skinned elven woman with her ashen companions, one of which carrying a very small mouse that looks so delicious, yet so out of reach. And the group begins to spread out in a formation before the head of the ashen-skinned elven woman turns. Lizard man, go rain havoc on the townspeople. As I fly over, I want to see rivers of blood.
Also, this might be a stupid question.
Yep.
But what if I try to speak?
Squeak, squeak.
Oh, dang.
It's not like the birds.
I was gonna say it's not like the birds is like, yes.
That was so funny.
Tiny bird. That was good. Okay, just wondering.
Alright. Hearing this, Yizit's head is going to kind of cock to the side a little bit, and he's going to hunch farther down so his head is pointing straight out. And it's just that deep, and then he's going to turn around and just full bore sprint away from them.
So as you're sprinting, the iron gate that bars the portcullis, as you look over towards it, is not closed. It is wide open. And as you charge forward, the ground shaking beneath your monstrous size, you draw your weapon?
No.
Ooh, I like it.
These things are tiny. But can I give some DM information?
Go for it.
She told me to rain havoc.
Yes. On the town's people.
The way that I know kind of performing war, so to speak, is to steal their resources.
She also said that she wanted to see rivers of blood.
I don't see any riverbeds. I don't know if I can make that happen.
It is entirely up to you what you decide to do. She gave you the command, and you charged forward, and that seemed to be enough for her.
Cattle. Are there cattle?
Not in the immediate vicinity, but as you run forward, you are running around in very densely crowded streets, as they were when you had entered, and people begin to look in your direction and immediately go into a panic.
I'm just looking for their cows, man.
For what?
I'm looking for their cows. Because I want to steal their resources and create rivers of blood.
We'll just say for the purposes of this that you begin to run around in search of cows.
Correct. Thank you.
All right. So you're doing that, and the other three are either immobilized or unconscious. So, Rowdy, we're going to shift over to your point of view.
I was going to say, can I roll for cows?
Oh my God.
I'll let you roll for cows in a second. So, we're going to shift over to your point of view. You watch as the ashen bodies of these humanoids begin to almost sort of crumble away in small flakes, almost as if you were taking apart charred firewood. And and it begins to trail behind them as they begin to slowly walk forward. The three of them in this sort of V-ish formation, with this ashen woman at the front, the dwarf to the left, and the elf to the right, slowly increasing in speed until a majority of their body has turned into almost this ash cloud, and the whole time you're hearing the elven male saying something in a language that you have no clue, until the three of them take the forms of the ashen phoenixes.
Oh boy.
And begin to rise into the air. About 20 or so seconds later, you see two more ashen phoenixes
Oh, gee.
take up the rear, about 80 or so feet back. Roll for cows.
My pleasure.
Make a perception check. That is your roll for cows.
Make a what check?
Perception.
$18.
Okay. You begin to look around, but looking around isn't doing too much for you, but the overwhelming scent of bloody meat is what you pick up on. Do you pursue it?
Those rivers of blood have already been spilled. Do I smell dung?
No.
Oh. I will try to climb to a higher vantage point to find cows.
Okay, make an athletics check.
$23.
You dig your hands into the sides of the marble walls of the nearest building to you and begin to scale up the side of it. And you climb up about 40 feet, almost effortlessly, and stand on top, and you gaze out upon the kingdom central city of Iron Grove. And you look around, and there doesn't seem to be roll for cows.
I need to find my friends to help me look for cows.
Okay.
So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. But
You're not charmed anymore, by the way.
oh, I'm not.
No.
So I'm aware that I was charmed.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna bail off the building and go back running toward them because now I'm mad.
So you run back in the direction that they were. They are no longer in the courtyard.
Did they leave any tracks?
There are trails of ash that kind of start as very thin trails and then go out in a cone, almost into like a cone and then into a cylinder that stretches for a little while and becomes more and more dense and concentrated before ending. So it's like thin cone cylinder.
And then it fades out, or it just keeps going?
It abruptly ends.
I'm going to plant my great sword in it, built up, and then sit back on my tail and take out a snack.
You're gonna plant the greatsword in the ground or in the ash?
In the ash.
Okay.
This one's a little bit beyond me.
So how long are you gonna wait for?
I don't know, like 30 minutes.
I would say about 10 minutes go by before fresh guards have been alerted to the panic and have received information from the panicking people. And you see a squadron of 15 guards begin to march through the portcullis.
How far away is that?
I'll say that it's 40 feet away from your current position from where the ash trails were.
Is there a river nearby?
You are in the courtyard since you went in to go check where they were before.
Oh, okay. So no rivers, fountains, anything like that?
No.
Oh.
It's very nice.
Well,
It's like grassy and green.
Ew. I'm going to turn to face the guards and very obviously pick up the greatsword and throw it on the ground. Like 10 feet away from me.
In their direction or in a different direction?
Off to the side, just away from me.
Okay. They begin to march in your direction. One of them stepping forward. There are 15 of them. They're in 2 rows of 7 for the total of 14, and then one leading the charge in the front. In the center of the 2 rows, like at the front of it, kind of like a little V formation. And they stop about 20 feet away from you. You chuck the sword. And the leading figure puts an arm up and then motions with 2 fingers towards the sword. And 2 people in the formation go off and grab it.
That's fine. I'm going to keep my hands above waist level, kind of stretched out to the sides a little bit, and look and say, wear gray skin. Do trick, will eat.
This is going to be a very interesting use of this spell. The leading figure is going to walk up and cast Speak with Animals.
Oh, awesome.
So you do not need to speak in Broken Common.
Sounds good to me.
What do you mean of this gray skin?
Well, my good man, as I was occupying your most luxurious dungeon space, some gray-skinned woman that looked not unlike yourself, but with reddish eyes, came upon me, released me, and then placed me under the hold of her magic.
Yeah, I did a little bit after that one too.
I could not keep my composure.
Wow. I'm not sure what she meant when she told me to wreak havoc upon you and spill rivers of blood, but in my mind, the best thing I could do was look for a cow, thus sparing your townsfolk.
Make a persuasion check.
When
Do I
did you
get advantage?
You get advantage. You get advantage. Because you're talking about the grayskin people.
Nat
A
20.
natural 20, jeez.
Give him his sword. Take up arms and follow us.
Indeed, my good sir. Tally-ho.
So you join the formation, and a couple of people keep some space between you. Your sword is handed back to you as they march into the castle, and they break off into squadrons. There are 3 guards that are with you and the leader, and moving in one small unit, and you are the ones that are going to go check out the east wing, while the other 2 are checking out the west and the north wings. And after a good amount of walking and searching, you find the charred and unconscious bodies of your 2 companions.
Are they breathing?
Yes. The top of Grafford's head is burned so badly. And you recognize these... You recognize the wounds that Baton has. You've seen what Raldir's Thunder Cannon can do to a body.
Yeah. I'll kind of turn, toward the leader a little bit. My good sir, my companions appear to have been placed under some duress. Might I suggest that we apply medical aid and perhaps compression to that wound?
Translate that, would you, into Broken Common?
Oh, did it wear off?
No, I want to hear what the guards or the ones that can't understand you are hearing.
Oh, Loud stick here. Make fire. Give heal.
Okay. Two of them dash off into the direction of the other hallway, under the orders of the lead, and the third one that was with you drops down and restores consciousness to the both of you. And the first thing that you both see is Yizit kind of hovering over both of your bodies.
I would like to reach into my waist pouch,
Okay.
pull out 2 quote-unquote Yizit snacks,
Okay.
and offer them to them.
As rather
And these
pungent meats.
These are smoked goat.
Smoked goat leftovers, I believe. Since they are Yizit
scraps,
snacks. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, they are the leftover bits. Some of your favorites from your gourmet picks, being hooves or attached. I'm just gonna say that you pull out a horn that has a good chunk of meat on it that if could be brandished as some sort of mace, actually, now that I think about it.
Grafford's mace.
And then a goat leg cut off at the knee.
And to them, I'm going to say, eat, need strength, time for hunt.
Can I check? Oh, right, little girl isn't there anymore.
Nope.
But I don't know that.
You look up and around and immediately check the vicinity to see if the little girl is around, and she is not.
I'm gonna sit
Also, the
upright.
bird got incinerated in the fire.
What
Oh.
bird?
No, not the
Oh,
bird!
wait! Hold on, what?
The bird that was on Baton's shoulder.
Oh no!
You know what? I don't care about the bird. I care about Jeffrey. Where's Jeffrey?
I hope Jeffrey was incinerated.
No.
Well, Jeffrey did definitely go down, but because of what Jeffrey is, he's just recovering in a pocket dimension right now.
Can I take
So
him out
you're-
of the pocket dimension?
So you're
No,
saying
you have to
he's
cast the
not-
spell again.
He's
I
not.
have to do the version.
Hold on. What are you saying, Alex?
So you're saying he's not cooked and available?
No, when a familiar drops to 0, their body changes from this plane of existence to their essentially pocket dimension until they can be summoned again.
Gotcha. Next time.
Next
Maybe
time.
someday.
Lay a hand on Jeffrey and I will slap you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know that because of the nature of you knowing the spell, you know that Jeffrey is just waiting in the pocket dimension. You have to cast the spell again.
Do I have to do the whole ritual as well?
Yep.
Oh, dang.
I'm gonna sit up and just kind of look at the Yizit snack.
I'll also look at it now.
By the way, how are they looking? Like, how far did he bring them up?
I would say that they're still on the ground. They're looking still pretty bad. I would say I'll give you guys both 6 hit points each.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
It is Grafford shoulder time.
Huh?
It's.
Are you just gonna pick me up?
I'm just gonna put you on my shoulder, your little place.
Yeah,
And
I'm not gonna.
Like a pirate with his parrot.
And then I'm going to extend a hand to Baton.
I will take his hand.
It's
And
strong
she is now-
yet gentle.
She is now carried and grappled. No. Just gonna pull her off me.
And he RKOs her.
Snaps her neck.
So how are you holding her?
I'm just going to pull her to her feet, and if she's not steady on her feet, I'll just kind of carry her one arm under her shoulders and one arm under her knees.
All right. Well, she can walk, so there's that. But I would love to see that drawn. I'm just saying, like that is such an awesome image in my head.
What a gent. What a gent.
What is the plan of action, you three?
Well, first things first, I'm gonna look towards Baton. Baton, I need one thing confirmed before we do anything. How's my hair? The last of my hair.
Can I just give a small smile? I already know like what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just gonna say.
His little turn an eye toward him and be like, "Is good, more smooth, swim better."
Well,
I'm gonna
we
give
do
him a
have
small
job.
pat on the back as well.
By the way, the leader of those guards is kind of just standing there taking in this view. With the one person that was like healing the both of you standing off to the side as well.
Well, thank you both. We gotta look at the person that took the girl in there. That room. Or hallway. We're still in the hallway, right? Or was
Tell
it
me.
the room that we were in?
Gnome, what did you see?
There was an ashen one. 2 ashen ones. With a weapon like the prince's. And the other using flames from his hand. They took her, and before I faded out of consciousness, what I saw was they stored her in a small vial.
Did you hear any names?
None that I can recall.
History check.
History check.
Does Yizit remember any from when they were giving directions in the group?
They were very cautious not to.
Ah.
You with 11?
11.
Yeah, it didn't happen too long ago. The fireman called out the name Cog.
Okay, gotcha. Now that I think of it, the one with flames in his hand called out for someone named Cog. But I don't know how much of value that would be. Did I get a good look at his face when I grappled onto it?
Yeah. He was an ashen gray human male with burning fireballs in place of eyeballs in the sockets in his head.
I'm dumb.
You know, like defining features.
Nah, parrot.
Parrot as see, you say parrot, and I immediately the first thing the first thing that came to mind was Grafford.
I would like to offer Grafford a cracker.
Grafford want a cracker? Yes, I will parrot this information.
Ildrius, bring these people their belongings. And the other guy runs off. You are hereby cleared of any accusations against you, and will be regarded as friends of the crown. You have proven that you mean no foul. And in the middle of his information that he's giving you, a squadron of 3 people run up and say, "The young prince is gone."
He's what?
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 There were multiple guards over there. How could they have taken Raldir?
Wait, there was only 2 that came into the room. Last the first time there were 15. Or at least I remembered.
Yizzle will turn toward the people that just came and be like, "Where room?"
So we are not at liberty to give you this information, though. As for those 15 guards that you bring up, woman, there are 15 corpses in the courtyard.
They must have taken them.
Well, he is gone. How could they have gotten...
Yizzle will take 2 steps forward toward those people and hunch down a little bit to their level and say, "What room smell?"
You're gonna try and smell for Raldir? Would you like to make a smell check?
No, I'm asking them
He's
what the
secretly a
room
hound dog.
smells like.
What the room what?
And
Smells like...
what the room smells like, and the leader can interpret. It's some flowery British stuff.
What the room smells like?
Yeah. What smell upon yon nostril breaks or something. I don't know.
Okay. We only get so much of smart use it. We only get so much.
I started choking when I heard.
Okay. So they kind of look at you confused, but then the leader barks at them to cough up the information. It smelled like ash.
Turn back to the leader and be like, "Gray skin. Take me to so eat."
So unfortunate that was when the Speak with Animals wore off, you know?
Really?
So a little bit of deliberation goes on. Who speaks Elvish?
Nope.
Nope.
So nobody knows what they're saying. They speak for a little while, and then the 3 that came and the 4th that had run off returns with another person, and each of you have your inventories restored to you.
Nice.
Yay!
So, what is the plan of action? You 3.
Well, Grafford's in charge.
So the guard captain's still there, correct?
Yes.
All right. I have a proposition. this would be the quickest way on finding out where they are. Can you have your guards comb the city? Search every nook and cranny. We will be doing the same. I'm pretty sure that Yizit here could probably track them down by scent alone. I'd assume there wouldn't be many fires going on here. Ash would be quite a different smell.
Gnome.
Yes, Grafford.
I was going to ask you your name. And what is your family name?
Family name? Ah, yes. Destator.
My name is Captain Iltoneth Bronzetree. The three of you will be searching, accompanied by one of my finest. I will be searching among the city. And he begins to take off a very small ring, not from his fingers, but from a this is kind of fucked. From a almost like twine that is around his neck. And he hands it to you, and it looks like a royal family signet ring.
Okay.
Search outside the city.
Will do.
And then he says
No
something
matter-
in Elvish to the person next to him, and they begin to march out towards the entrance.
I'm just gonna follow them so we don't lose our way out.
We are hurt.
So what are you guys doing?
I guess I'll turn and follow that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's following
Likewise.
that guy?
Yeah, we'll follow the guy outside of the castle, and then we'll make our way back from when we were carried.
I would like to kind of power walk until I'm right behind him, and then poke him in the shoulder blades.
The captain?
The one who's leaving.
The captain.
Yeah,
captain?
the entire like.
No, the guy we're supposed to be with.
Oh,
Yeah, the one he assigned us to.
Oh, you haven't been given one yet. The guy who brought you your stuff isn't that guy.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
well, we'll be following the captain out of the castle. Then we'll make our way. We'll backtrack from the point we were to the point we were carried all the way to the castle, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you make your way through the streets. People are still cowering in fear of Yizit, but as you make your way outside of the portcullis, you are escorted by 6 guards, 3 on either side. And upon the sight of the guards, they are somewhat eased, but they're still a monster man.
A monster man who throws his arm over the shoulders of the guard nearest him, turns to the crowd and goes, eh.
So as you make your way towards the entrance of where you came in from, there is already a elven figure standing there in these imagine robes made of a marble-like pattern, gilded with the same greenish ingrained vines like that of the castle floors, but robes. Like, it looks like it would be solid if you touched it, but it flows like robes. It's a rather younger looking figure.
All right. As soon as we get close enough, I'll go ahead and speak up. Are you the one Hey, Sir Brunstree. Requested to go with us?
Yeah, my name's Twig.
Alright then, Twig. You should know what's going on. Let's work together. Let's bring the prince back.
Yeah. Oh, all right. There's gonna. So this is the plan. The captain told me that you have ways of getting out of the city. I wouldn't know how you'd be able to do that, but I trust the captain. I trust what you say. So do the thing. Open the way.
I'll go ahead and hold out this signet ring.
Where the fuck did you get it? I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. So the face appears once again, but does not say anything. But instead, the entrance just begins to crack and tear itself open from the large trunk of this tree. As you make your way through, the four of you, it immediately snaps shut behind you, as if you were holding apart thinly, very tightly bound bamboo shoots. Well, not bamboo shoots, but stalks of bamboo. Like with a very heavy, like almost thud. And then Twig turns back to you. By the way, just to describe Twig a little bit more, he is a rather younger looking elven boy with many twigs in his brownish hair, very, very faintly light green eyes, even lighter complexion, almost rivaling that of Piton's in comparison.
Jeez.
And he is about... How tall are you, Grafford?
Okay.
Oh,
I need to see if you're taller than him. I doubt it. He's not that small. He's not that small. That's why I'm making sure.
Oh, I'm 2'8".
I was gonna say how.
No. I thought you were like 4 foot tall for some reason. I don't know.
I was gonna say, how young of a boy is this?
He's 4'2". He's 4'2". He's pretty small.
Haha, I'm taller.
Yes, he's really small in stature, very meek, and he has lots of branches in his hair, very small twigs.
By elvish standards, at 14, shouldn't he still be wearing diapers?
Technically, yes. They're not considered adults until human age 30, I think. I'm not sure.
Us a baby.
Their best warrior, finest warrior.
Well, you can't tell how old he is.
True.
That's the trick with elves.
Actually, no, they don't. They aren't considered adults until they turn 100.
Jeez.
So he's a fetus.
I was gonna say, so this dude is a little bit more than a tenth of a way there.
Well, no, you never know.
You don't know
the
his
of an elf.
age. Yeah, it's
So-
it's almost impossible till the age of an elf.
So
By
he's
sight alone.
1.8 years old. No,
I call him a little boy.
how
Anyway.
tall is he?
He's 4'1",
4'2".
4'2",
Or one.
around there.
So he's about half my height.
Yeah. So he's okay. So you've got a signet ring. All right. That means that we're going to be protected from would not enchantments. That's good. All right. So I've been given a little bit of information. Yes. So your vessel has crash landed in the nearby forests. Yes.
Affirmative.
Okay. So that's strange. You had the young prince with you, as the report shows. So you should have been protected from the magics. So that is very strange. Was he not on the deck of the vessel during the time of the disaster?
I would believe so.
He was on the deck. He was or was not? Yes, no.
History check?
Yizit would like to bend down eye to eye with this guy and just say, "Where magic tree man?"
Hold on. We will we will get to that. I do not know what you mean by magic tree man, though. If you allow me a moment to get the answer from your shoulder companion.
Can I do a history check? Was he on the deck?
Go ahead, make a history check.
Yeah, can do. Can do. Let's see what this is. I can't even see. Help. I'm
16.
blind. 16. Thank you. Thank you.
Raldir, were you?
Yes, I was.
Yes. Yes, he was.
That's very strange. That means that if scout reports are correct, then that would mean that my accent's gone. Let me try that take again. So that would mean that if my reports are correct, then the twister that had knocked your vessel out of the air was not that of Woodnot's doing. So that would mean that it was probably the Ashborn. Okay.
They have power to do so?
At this point, I would like to boop him with the snoot.
Oh.
Hi. Okay.
That's his way of saying we should move this
Speak
along.
with animals.
Don't worry, just think of him as a big puppy.
Did he just cast it?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Excuse me, boy.
My dear lad, I hope you can understand my saying this, but it appears that there has been some confusion. Our vessel was accosted on the way to your great demesne, and according to your local information, it was not due to your protection. Thus, we would like to speak to the man in charge of the local security regarding the trees, that we may see if he has noticed anything indifferent lately.
Firstly, you are very well spoken. Wow.
You knocked the accent out of him.
No, it came back towards the end. Fuck you. Okay. So you guys still hear broken English, by the way. Broken common. I'm not in the zone.
What you guys hear is, Tree man, give yous it now, or bite.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So, the last report that we had, he was supposed to arrive 3 days from now to repair the legs of the young prince. Given the last reports, why am I? I'm not supposed to tell you that. That's very classified information. Why did I tell? Okay. Let's get on with this. Fly. Who is unwilling to get this fly spell cast on them.
I'm scared, but I kind of want to fly, even though I have fly.
Okay, speak with animals notwithstanding. When he says fly, do I understand the word and the context?
Yeah, because of speak with animals.
Oh, yeah, then I'm good.
It works both ways.
Oh, wow.
The translator.
Oh,
I
cool.
actually didn't know that.
Yeah, then I'm really good.
Yeah, I'm good to go. It's kind of a little surprised out of nowhere.
So lean forward and lean back. You'll get the hang of it. Which one? You the one on the shoulder. You can stay on the shoulder if you want. But since you have the signet ring, you do need to be leading up front. Just to and stick very very close to us, please, so that way we don't get torn apart by the intense natural magics protecting the grove. And we can begin our search. Yes?
Yizit.
Yes, everyone just stick close to Yizit.
Yizit will go full Superman pose and put Grafford like on his lower back, settle style.
I'm gonna lie down on Yizit doing Superman pose too.
I'm just gonna watch like, well, jeez, what am I watching?
Is this a freaking JoJo's reference?
Everything is a JoJo reference.
Okay.
Now stick close. 'Cause here we go!
I can use my own fly spell on myself, right? Oh wait, I used it already. Never mind.
Da, da, da.
So the three of you begin to rise into the air. Twig, standing on the ground, kind of watching, making sure that everybody is getting the hang of what's going on before rising into the air himself, and sticking within the range of you at all times. But he is much more experienced at flying in this way, and is very speedily and quickly moving around and overlooking the area as you kind of just fly over the canopies of the nearby forest outside of the crater.
Would I be semi-experienced with flying since
No.
I do have the spell? Okay.
May I make a mind theater suggestion?
Go for it.
You know when you hold a dog above water and its legs kind of kick,
Yeah.
like it's trying to swim?
Yeah.
Yizit is trying to run in his four-legged gait as he flies.
Okay. So, you guys are about 50 or so feet above the canopy of the nearby forest, and as you're sort of flying over, I need... Who has the highest wisdom here?
No.
Definitely me.
I've got a 0.
Okay, you make a perception.
Hold on. Then actually definitely me.
Yep. Make a perception check.
Oh, this is gonna go great.
Oh, for some sake of visualization, I'm now riding Yizit like a surfboard.
Okay.
I'm surprised you haven't taken a fall.
That's a 12.
You very clearly see the spot where you crash landed, and it was about a mile and a half away from the crater, like the entrance to the crater on the side that it crash landed on. And you kind of just begin to fly, and I'll say that you guys fly for about 4 or so hours. Every hour, the fly spell being recast on you guys, which means that this guy has at least 4 third-level spell slots.
Jesus Christ, this guy's actually a good fighter. I have yet to see.
But after 4 hours of searching, you don't come up with anything.
Oh, could I make this point to try and ask Yizit to smell around every hour too? For like an ashen smell?
By the way, those of you who are familiar with the fly spell, this is a very different version of the fly spell, since the normal fly spell only lasts for 10 minutes.
Yizit will agree to continue sniffing around, but he'll also kind of turn his head back to Grafford and be like, when hunt prey from high, leaves block sight.
Okay.
Make a smell check, which is just a perception check.
Do I have
Add your proficiency bonus.
proficiency?
Yeah, why not?
Super smell check.
So this is +7. That is a 13.
You are... Well, it's a forest.
Isn't that a 16?
There's...
Well,
Plus 7,
no,
you said.
it'd be +4 because of the skills, and then +3 because of proficiency.
You threw a 9.
I threw a 9 plus 7. Oh yeah, 16.
Yeah,
Sorry.
16.
I mean, it is a forest, and you're trying to smell for the ash, I assume?
Yeah, if they had any kind of particular ashy overtones, if that makes sense, then I'll smell for that, but just ash in general.
Yeah, because that's like the defining smell of these people that you are familiar with at this point. So, after flying for those 4 hours and smelling around, around the second hour, you do pick up on a trail of ash, and you follow it for the next 2 hours until you find a huge, billowing column of smoke.
Well, that looks interesting.
And as you are flying above, you see a huge forest fire beginning to spread.
That's very interesting. I think we should do something about that.
Is it? Sorry, not is it. Is it? Like bonfire size or like?
It's a forest fire spreading. It's getting huge. It's the size of a small house.
Gotcha.
And the huge column of smoke billowing out should have been visible for a great distance, but it was not. So, what are you guys doing? Twig is like, oh shit!
What
I'm
is
just gonna
the-
turn my head
what,
and eyeball Grefford.
What's the range that the forest fire is?
The size of a small house.
How big would that be?
Like a 40 by 40.
Yeah, something like that.
So like 40 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not gonna work then. Dang it. Although it would be good to try, maybe.
So what are you guys doing?
I
Come
want
on.
to try something.
What are you
I
trying?
want to try something to put out the forest fire. I want to use a spell of mine.
What's it called?
Tidal wave.
You don't have any water to...
Oh, I need water? Oh shoot. I just
Wait,
need that.
is it called tidal wave or is it control water?
Tidal wave.
I think that just creates water.
Yeah, that's because yesterday somebody tried to do a very similar thing, so I'm just making sure.
I love the spell
Conjure
create
up a
for
wave of
water.
water.
Tidal wave.
You know, if you guys invested a class level into cleric, then you also could eat Yizit snacks because of purify food and drink.
You're right. I was thinking about that.
We'll say for now don't use tidal wave because I cannot find it in the PHB. So it's probably
if you
in
want, I can send
Xanathar's.
you the description.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see what we got. No, just read it out for the audience.
Alright.
Yeah, found it.
Same.
1 second, I have to consult the wiki.
30
I might
feet
have done
long,
something wrong.
30 feet long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. Creatures in area, doesn't matter. Range 120 feet. The water then spreads across the ground in all directions, extinguishing unprotected flames in its area, and an extra 30 feet it then vanishes. And it actually looks like the water crashes down, so it's vertical.
So
It
the
does need water.
yeah, I thought it
Material
needed.
component.
Yeah, it means that it needs that amount of water. It's like water bending.
Do I have my water skin?
It needs that large volume of water, I think.
Well, it's a component.
Is there any
Shouldn't it
water
be like
nearby?
Well, it's like that's why it's like the control water spell. Like it's like water bending. That's the best way to put it. Like there needs to be that volume of water to be able to be moved.
Is there any water nearby?
No.
I'm gonna look towards Twig and just.
He's already flying down towards the fire.
Oh. Okay. Is
I'm
it
so
follow him?
I really don't want to, but I will, so I'll do it slowly.
He's gonna get it consumed by nature magic. Oh, sorry. He will get consumed by nature magic if he gets out of range, he said.
He stops until he's about 20 feet above the canopy, and puts both of his arms up, and the twigs begin to slowly rise out of his hair.
Oh my god, he's going Super Saiyan.
And the air around him, you begin to see it being sort of swirled around as clouds above begin to darken and condense. He looks up and his eyes are like radiating this greenish light. And thunder cracks across the sky. And it begins to rain.
Now, not that I enjoy saying this, but isn't fly a concentration spell?
Technically, yes, but that does not matter to Twig.
Oh. Ew.
And what I mean by that is he does not drop concentration on fly, even though the spell I just cast is another concentration spell.
To use it, that means nothing. As a player, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Twig, do you think there's still?
He
around
is
this
a
area?
good distance away from you.
Oh.
He is.
I thought we flew next to him.
He is controlling the weather and in focus of this spell, and you begin to see it cascading down upon the forest fire, covering. It's raining within 5 miles right now.
Jesus.
Is like most of the fire like cleared up at least, or at least
It's slowly clearing up.
Is there like a place I can like look around?
Well, you can cast your tidal wave now because there is enough water falling from the sky.
True. No, I don't mean for water. I mean like if like anything or anyone is down there.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can go ahead and fly down to the ground, but you fly down to the ground and we'll get to that. So, what are Yizit, Surfboard, and Grefford doing?
Surfboard. Yizit surfboard. Yizit, comma surfboard, comma Grafford.
There you go.
Grafford's on a surfboard on Yizit. Well, there's a dilemma now. We don't know the range of the signet ring. Our party member's going down there, and we've still got someone far off. How do?
I'm just gonna kind of hover next to Twig.
Yeah, I'll try and call Piton back. Just, Piton! I don't think that's quite a good idea. We still have this ring that we don't know the range of. Who knows what could happen?
Can I hear him?
Yeah. You guys were pretty close to each other.
No worries, I'll be up in a moment. Let me just take a quick look.
I'm your captain, and this is an order. You stay here. We don't know what can happen. And if you run into them, then what?
I fly away.
This is an order.
I'm gonna fly up.
Okay. So after the fire dies down completely, it continues to rain, I believe.
Now that we're hovering near Twig, which is what I wanted. Oh, we'll go ahead and
So yeah, it gradually begins to clear up.
Now, quick question. Did I see anything like before I flew back up or no?
No, it's a very thick canopy of leaves and trees.
Okay.
So Twig begins to return back to his normal state. You would assume that the twigs that have flown out of his hair from the force of the wind being moved around him would fall to the ground and away, but they almost magically reinsert themselves into his hair like several hairpins.
Oh, you missed a chance for it to just grow back out.
No, I did not miss a chance for anything.
That would have been awesome.
This is Twig. I love Twig.
He would grow twigs.
No,
Twig is
he's
pretty cool.
Twig is really awesome.
I guess you can call him a twig head.
so he
All right.
turns back over and guys, guys, gals, lizard man. All right. He flies in your direction, obviously, so he doesn't have to yell. We should go down there, probably.
Yes. No, don't worry. Let's go quickly.
I'm gonna go for everyone.
I'm gonna do a barrel roll.
I'm gonna fall off.
No, I'm joking.
I'm gonna fall off.
No, I'm gonna power run my way down there.
Okay, just running through the air.
I wanted to, salute a twig and then like backwards fall off of it. Just dive to the ground.
Okay, so however we decide to go down, we eventually do make our way down. You get through.
Definitely the slowest.
You get through the canopy and you touch down, and the ground is it's scorched, like the trees are blackened, but it's damp because of the rain, and it is muddy underneath your feet. And as you look around, make an investigation check, I guess, because I assume you're gonna try and find the source of the fire.
I'm good at that
Is
one.
that everybody?
Wait.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's a group check, so somebody throw with
I'm on it.
advantage.
Wait, what's your investigation?
8.
Oh, okay then. No problem.
17.
17. You look around and there is not any physical way that this fire was started.
So there was a magic. It's only what I can only assume. Okay. This is what I can only assume started by magical means. There's no physical indication that it could have gone up.
Can you guys not see the magic trails? They're going that way. And he points up towards the sky.
As a hunter by birth and nature, do I hear or see any animals nearby?
You hear several birds chirping in the nearby jungle. It seemed that it was very concentrated, spreading very slowly, and not too much of the wildlife was disturbed.
You can't eat them near the guards.
No, I would like to. I guess this would be an intelligence check to know, like, hunting theory, if that makes sense.
What are you trying to accomplish here?
As a person, I feel like this is a diversion. Like, you set a fire over here to hit something over there.
And as a Yizit?
As a Yizit, you set a fire over here to eat something over there.
So you're just gonna try and look around in the nearby area to try and find a connection to why there was a fire in Yizit's own way.
Yeah, but also more in like a predator-prey way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how would I use a fire to either drive game or
I
bring
see.
it to me?
I see what you mean by hunter theory now. Yeah. I would say make a survival check and add your proficiency bonus.
Okie dokie.
Which I believe is an intelligence check. So you weren't too far off.
That would be a 14.
Alright. Ooh. I am
Were those
plugged
magic
my
trails
headphones.
actually really audio?
So you begin to ponder about it, and you begin to think back to the tactics of your tribe, where this has never been used in great measure. This technique has been used before. And you assume that it was used to corner something, but then you think a little bit more, that it's usually more even more centralized than this was. And you can tell just via your knowledge about how these types of hunting strategic fires are placed that this was on a much larger scale than that sort of usage.
So, like, you're hunting a city.
More so that you can tell that it was intended to be destructive rather than for hunting.
I would like to grab Twig.
You grab Twig.
I would like to shake him 3 inches less than violently and say, oh, how do I phrase this? Is Speak with Animals still up?
No.
Oh. Not distraction, to destroy. Good job, tiny man.
Elf? So, thank you. If it was a distraction, then I think I'm the only one who can see the spell trails. Then
Can I see
Just
the
lead the way.
no, you can't.
Oh.
We'll be with you.
He puts an arm up and kind of begins to move it through the air, almost as if he was running his fingers through water. You know, like when you're at a still body of water and you just begin to move your fingers through it and watch watch the trails behind it. He begins to do that until he grabs at something and then sort of pulls it free. And it almost seems as if he's pulling a green tendril of what seems to be pure magic from thin air. I am going to take this, and I believe that we should go back to the Iron Grove before whoever did this comes back and wants to continue doing the thing that he was doing, and it would be bad for us because that was a flame strike and not good.
Understandable. Just
Understandable for you.
go back.
I'm just
This man-
interested in magic.
This man just said a lot of words, and I don't know what they are.
We return to kingdom. I'm gonna try and translate for this.
Go big tree.
Insert thumbs up.
So as you are flying back towards Iron Grove to the center of the crater, you get a beautiful view of this entire area. The several crashing waterfalls, 8 in total, with the ring of trees that conceals the city of Iron Grove. Directly in the center, with the rivers kind of feeding into or towards the center of the crater. It's very, very breathtaking. And as you make your way towards, obviously the signet ring takes effect and you re-enter into the city. And as soon as you touch down, Twig looks up at all of you. All right, I am going to report back to the captain, and after that, I'll be awaiting further orders. Yeah.
Take care then. Be safe.
All right.
And watch your back.
Goodbye. And he walks away.
Hmm.
And you
Let's
guys,
not cover the rest ourselves.
though that is an issue for next episode. What's up?
I was gonna say, after offering them Yizit snacks, I never put them away.
They're just sitting in the castle.
So I need to mark 2 off my inventory.
severed goat parts lie in the center of a hallway somewhere in Castle Iron Grove, and there's going to be a janitor that is very worried. And on that note, we are going to end the 12th episode of our Arisen campaign, the second episode in our second arc. And for everybody here at D&D Universe, we'll see you in the next one.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.